What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Wisco Boater channel for another episode of the boat restoration project. This will be episode 3. I have been working on the boat for a couple of hours now, and I'll show you what I've done just to get that nav light off the bow of the boat. It has taken quite a bit of work. I will show you how I remove the steering wheel. Didn't record that part, but I'll show you how I did it. There's plenty of videos out there on how to remove a steering wheel. Check those out if you're removing a steering wheel, but let me show you what I've done here to get access up to the front of the bow to get those 2 nuts off for the nav light. All right, well, you can see that the steering wheel is damaged. I was my first try at getting the steering wheel off was to just take the nut off and then use a big screwdriver to try and pry it. That didn't work. So the next method I tried, which worked fine, I do have a steering wheel puller, but this is plastic, is just gonna break the plastic anyway, so I didn't even try that. I mean, the steering wheel's already off, so it's just kind of sitting in place here. But if you take this nut and thread it about halfway down, you can then use a hammer to bang on the nut from the front. And if you put pressure from behind the wheel on both sides while you're tapping on the nut of the steering wheel spindle, the steering wheel pops right off. So that's how I did that. Again, there's plenty of videos out there on how to remove a steering wheel. So pretty simple, worked fine. And I'm just gonna put the nut back on so I don't lose it. So then the next thing I worked on was getting this tube moved. Now, this tube is not an original part to this boat. It was used for something, I don't know what. My original thought or guess was an anchor chain locker, but after figuring out that the mounts up there were for a trolling motor, not an anchor, I really don't know what that tube would have been used for. So somebody cut a hole in the bow of the boat here through the fiberglass and the plywood that's up underneath here, and then put this tube in place and then welded it. So you can see there's a plate on the top and the bottom. I don't think I can get that out of the way. I might be able to now that the stereo board is out of the way. I may try that. That was gonna come out anyway, so not saving it. That stereo's super old and probably sounds terrible anyway. I thought it was a Jensen at first, but it's a Sparkomatic tape deck with Jensen speakers. So the laser that keeps popping up is my parking laser. Sorry if that's distracting, but so what I'm going to do for a stereo, I think, is because the plate here is missing that would have said Glasspar Tacoma or something to that effect. I'll cut a hole out here and install a waterproof stereo, and then probably put some speakers back in this area, waterproof speakers as well. So anyway, with that stereo board out of the way and the tube pushed to the side, I was able to shimmy all the way up to the front of the boat to remove the nuts for the nav light, which are these here. And I'll get out of the boat and we'll go up front and get that nav light removed. I actually think the nav light is mounted to that piece of plywood. And the plywood was then mounted and drilled through the front of the bow. So let me get out of the boat, we'll go up front and get that light removed. All right, so now getting the nav light off should be just a simple matter of lifting this, lifting that plate up. And I may have to unscrew, okay, yeah, so I'm gonna have to unscrew this threaded rod. Oh, maybe not, I can just pull that through. There we go. And I cut the wires underneath and I'll resplice those. So there we have our nav light out, and I'll unscrew this from the nav light. And when I remount this, I'll probably just use the open holes here and just screw it straight down into the fiberglass. So there, that is out of the way. And now we have more holes to fill. That was a time-consuming part of the initial restoration of this boat, but good to have the nav light off. And I think I have everything off the bow of the boat at this point, other than maybe the cleats here. I might take those off. Still kind of undecided about that, but everything on the front of the boat here is now off the boat, and I'll start working my way back. And we'll start with taking the engine control, the engine start control, choke and everything out of there, remove this switch, and start working my way around. I've got the switch panel loose, but I haven't disconnected any of the wiring from the backside yet. So that's cigarette lighter's loose, panel's loose, so I'll crawl up under there and disconnect the wires to get this panel removed. But I did get the bimini top mount removed from that side, so I'm going to remove this side now, and then probably remove this light here, and just keep working my way back. I'm also going to remove this antenna. That's trash. No reason to keep that, because the waterproof stereo that I'm going to install right there will be a Bluetooth connected stereo, and we'll never use the radio. So bye-bye antenna. Everything is now cleared off of the dash. The helm here is going to stay in place. I'll just mask this off and paint around it. I am going to remove this aluminum trim that it's just a snug fit all the way around. The start switch, engine hot light, and choke will be reused. This was a hole for the cigarette lighter, or a 12-volt power outlet. I'm going to replace that with a USB outlet. So no more cigarette lighter, no need for that. So we're slowly working our way back. I got everything to this point pulled off. So now we'll start working our way back towards the aft end of the boat. I've got 3 snap screws here. I'll just remove those. And that old light there that's gonna come off, as well as the old bimini top mounts, will be the next things to come off before I get to the engine and steering cables. Oh, I was able to remove that tube, that post that was in there. Once I got that stereo dashboard out, I was able to use a small sledgehammer and basically just pound that forward to get that out of there. So I've got room up front for probably like life vests and coolers and stuff like that. What you just saw was removal of the rear bimini top mounts. Got those taken off, and the side light here is taken off. Next thing I'm going to do is take off this aluminum trim. And then I'll probably go ahead and take off the rear cleats and the stern light mount just to get them out of the way. The front cleats are completely inaccessible because the structure underneath here is installed after the cleats were mounted, and I'm not going to take all this wood out just to get to those cleats. So in order to refinish the top side of the boat here, I'm just going to mask off those cleats, but I think I'll go ahead and pull off the cleats on the back side here because those are pretty easy to get to underneath the gunnel there. Same thing for the stern light. Okay, removing this aluminum trim is very simple. Just go around the boat with a hammer and a screwdriver and a light tap. Pops right off. In fact, once you get it off, once you get it started, it just comes right down. All right, well, this was a really good day on removing stuff from the boat. This is the part of a boat restoration that kind of really isn't that interesting, and I don't really know what to show and what not to show. I mean, it's all just basically removing hardware and taking things off. So I'll go ahead and remove those rear cleats and the stern light mount. Again, no reason to show that because it's just removing nuts and bolts. But after those are off, we are to the point of starting to work on removal of the engine and steering cables, which will be another video. I also need to remove the remote controls, and there'll be a separate video on that as well. So hope you enjoyed this episode of the Wisco Boater channel. Hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, send me some comments, and if you want to be notified when I post new videos like this one, or maintenance and cruising videos on Thirsty Whale, our Chris Craft Catalina 381, hit that notification bell. And we'll see you next time on the Wisco Boater channel. Happy boating, everybody.